Moving right along, I'm going to go ahead and do some local color, especially down here in the foreground. Just a lot of very light, bright stuff happening here, and it's a fall day. I think you can tell that. All of my last three. This is the third day in a row, by the way, that I've gone out in my car, in my van, just driving, not knowing where I was going to end up. Just looking for something to paint. I've had in mind each time big old trees juxtaposed with farmhouses. Now, the first day I didn't do any of the farmhouse in my painting at all, but yesterday and today I am doing that, evidently. So, you know, one of the things I like about my approach to painting is the process, the step 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, the process of it that really takes the pressure off me as the artist. I don't have to do a whole lot with any one step. No single step of the process, you know, carries the weight of the whole. And I think that's different from the way many students paint, where they feel pressure from the get-go, you know, to get things right. Well, I feel using this technique, I feel very little pressure to, quote, get things right. Because there's not much that is right. Just a little tiny bit of that's quote-unquote right with each step. Very, very dramatic tree today. The most dramatic tree that I've done this week yet. That is to say, it has some delightful irregularities about it. And it is leaning, unlike, I don't know if you've caught me before. I will often add a lean to a tree, you know, whether it's not actually leaning, but I'll make it lean because leaning is more dramatic. But both of these trees now, I've increased the lean of this one, of both of them maybe, but they actually had that lean already happening. Okay, so my whole canvas is soaking wet. Is there anything I can do? Yeah, I think I can. I can do some dark drawing. So purple, blue, and brown on my brushes, especially drawing of that tree back there. And I think for this composition to work, I'm going to put darkness behind this tree up here, even though in real life when I look over there, it's more or less a sun-bathed, wooded scene. But I don't think that works quite so well as dark tones. So I'm going to take the liberty of doing dark behind that tree, fading up to the trees in the distance, fading up to the blue sky. Now, is this going to work? One of the downsides of tackling a painting like this in the way that I tackle it, one of the downsides is, you know, I jump in with both feet and don't spend an awful lot of time thinking, premeditating. And sometimes I can come back to bite me because, you know, it's a good idea to think ahead. Most people would recommend doing a sketch. And I would recommend doing a sketch, as a matter of fact. I think you all should do sketches. Did you catch that? I think all you guys should do sketches. And I plan to do, by the way, like I said, either tomorrow or Friday, you join me for a sketch fest. I plan to do a whole bunch of sketches. But not today. Too late for today. Not the canvas is so wet. I think I'm going to leave it right there. I might do a little bit of pencil drawing when you guys aren't looking, because you can't see the pencil lines that well anyway. So that'll do. Let me see if anybody left any comments. Thanks for your comments. Clear sound, no static. Sounds great today. Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad to hear it. I've got the battery pack right here. I'm going to charge my headset in between every use. Great. Good to have you guys. Dr. Ice-T, good to have you back. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks so much for watching. Again, there's the painting as is right now. Be back in a few minutes.